are live. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. I am Aaron, aka the Handy Outdoor Nerd, and this sexy gentleman to my left is
Chris, aka MrCarrellScience. How's everybody doing tonight?
So we've got a couple things going on for tonight's show. Chris wanted to do a meme off, and I said, okay, we could do that. And I've got a cool print to show, which I just dropped before we went on, and broke one of the pieces to it. So that's unfortunate.
Oh, nice.
Well, see, technically it's my left that I have to point to. It might be on the right, but bam!
There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
See, but if I point to my left now, he's on my right.
Yeah. As a teacher, I'm very used to saying to your right or to your left, which is backwards to me, but I say that anyways because my students are facing the opposite direction. So.
Yep. So yes. So I'm working on this little guy. Almost done with him. And I'll show you guys what it is after I toss him on the wash cure station to cure the resin. So I got them all washed up, and this is actually into something that I'm showing on the show. Actually, I told a guy, I was like, I'm going to talk about that on my show tonight. He goes, oh, I want to see that. So I sent him the link to the show. Swapped it. My OCD hated it. Yeah, that's why I swapped it back. I didn't care too much for swapping it. So. Do you happen to have any cool prints for yourself tonight, Chris?
I mean, I got a regular print that's got a cool story behind it.
Well, let's hear that story while I work on this guy.
Okay, we got to pop. Can you pop my screen up?
I am.
So, thank you. So this right here is just a cone that I made in Tinkercad. Oh, no wonder it took so long. I forgot to group it. Anyways, this is a cone that I made in Tinkercad. Basically, I found out through the grapevine last week that all of the math classes were doing this competition where in the competition they were supposed to make bottle rockets, and they were going to see which math class could make the best bottle rockets or whatever, and they were going to get like extra credit points and stuff if they made a really cool rocket that went really high. And so I was just thinking, in my robotics classes, I teach robotics and I also teach design and engineering. And I said, if I teach engineering, then whoever is in my class, they better have the best dang bottle rockets out there. Like, they better have good bottle rockets because they're in my class. So I spent 2 or 3 days this week just kind of talking about the physics of rockets and explaining to them just like you guys Tinkercad do. Yeah. Well, you gotta listen to the story, Eddie. You gotta listen to the story, Eddie. So, anyways, long story short, I taught my students the physics behind rockets, and I explained to them all these cool things. And a student came in yesterday, and yesterday was the day that their rockets were due, and their rocket was pretty good, but they didn't have a sharp, pointy nose cone, and they wanted to put something on the top of their rocket that would make their nose cone pointy because it was just like a rolled up piece of paper or whatever that went up, and they wanted it to be a little bit pointier because it had a hole in the top. And so they said, Mr. Carroll, can we 3D print something to fix this? And so at the beginning of class, they were like, hey, we just want to make something that we can stick in the tip of my rocket to make it sharper and pointier. And so we just threw this together in Tinkercad in like 30 seconds, threw it on the printer, and then by the time class was over, it had printed. And so we pulled it off the printer when we had, the last few minutes of class. We pulled it off the printer, stuck it in her rocket, taped it on, and she took it. And so it was just one of those cool times when 3D printing became something that wasn't just 3D printing fun little toys. It wasn't just showing my students how cool 3D printing is or how cool it can be, but it was actually showing my students how if you are in need of a special piece that you don't have or doesn't exist, I mean, I was able to design this and 3D print it faster than I could have ran home, grabbed one, and come back to the school. And so it was just something really, really cool that my students had this idea, and we put it together in something that, even though it's, FDM 3D printing is generally pretty slow, it was something that we actually did really, really quickly, and we just printed it out. And so I don't have it right now because it's on my student's rocket at my school, but it was just kind of a really cool story. It was their idea. We threw it together really fast and then printed it out.
Nice.
So
there you go.
So anyways, that's kind of my cool print. It's not necessarily like anything remarkable. It's just a cone, but it was a cool story, I guess, because it was my students' ideas. I like when they come up with the idea to print something, and then we figure out a way to make it happen quickly. So
yeah, that's pretty cool.
So that's why Tinkercad, Eddie. It's because it was for my students, not for me.
Nice. Got myself another resin. And it is a flexible resin, so I can actually do some other stuff with it, which is going to be nice. I got a part that I'm trying to get done and made, but I need it to have some flex to it. And all the other test prints of regular keep breaking. So that's what I'm working on at the moment, actually filling this bat up with the flexible resin. There we go.
So Aaron.
Yes.
I just acquired some bowling balls, some just garbage, really old bowling balls.
Yes.
So I got this idea for a video where I'm gonna take and do 3D prints in a bunch of different materials, and I'm gonna do a bunch of different shapes, and I'm gonna try and test like how strong they are.
Well, there you go. That'd be fun.
So if I designed up a couple of really, really simple shapes, you think that I could send them to you and you could 3D print me some on your laser printer, your resin printer, and mail them to me?
Yeah, I think I can do that. Maybe that wouldn't be too hard to do. Just gotta let me know how much infill and all that, however you want it to be.
Well, I'll probably make them. I'll probably make them in such a way, so like this cone that I just showed you. It's like hollow in the middle, and so I'll probably have it set up to where it's just 100% infill, but it's gonna be just like an outer shell. So.
Okay. So if it's an outer shell type of thing, I can have it, hollowed on the inside.
Yeah, so I'll probably do like a hollow cube, and then maybe I'll put like a hole in the bottom of the model, so that when it prints, it doesn't gather up resin and stuff.
Let me see that. All right,
yeah, my school has 2 3D printers that are specific for our school.
Yeah.
But They are Robo 3D. Oh geez, what even are they? I can't even remember now.
Yes, I
They're
remember
the
the ones.
Robo
I know.
C2s. They're Robo C2s, and they're not working right now. So I got to get with Robo. I think that I just need to completely replace the main board and the. I think there's a main board, an Arduino, and a Raspberry Pi inside. And I'm not sure if I need to replace everything, but all I know is that right now it does not turn on. So I'm gonna see if I can get them to send me a replacement board, get those things working again, because they've not worked at all since I started teaching robotics.
I can see that.
Well,
All right. So I scaled this sucker. I scaled it down, and I could probably have scaled this up. And I will reprint it at a better scaled version, because this is super tiny, and to do it how I wanted to, I was trying to make it as fast as possible. So,
ooh, focus.
I know it. I can't manually focus it, so. Can't really see it that well. One of his earpieces broke off from the dropping it, and I'll need to clean it up. But here is, okay, let's see there. Here is the print. So this guy's actually got a Patreon, and so this one right here is this little piece, and I did print it really small, so because I wanted it to print fully, and actually it was the first time actually hollowing a print out, so I put holes in it so it would hollow on the bottom. So that was kind of an interesting thing to try to do. So yep, that's the print. It's Totoro from My Neighbor's Totoro. Well, so he's got himself a Patreon as well. So here's his Patreon. So you get different ones. So there's this one here, and you get these guys here, trick-or-treating. And then if you pay the $10, you get Faceless, knit in a sweater or a scarf. So, but yeah. So the free one that he tossed out for everyone was on Thingiverse, and I've actually got that linked in the description down below. I also have his Patreon in the description down below. So I've got that there for anyone that wants to get that and print it. And I printed it on the resin because, I mean, that's how it was on this. This is
because it's your new toy and you want to play with it, dude.
Well, also this is a resin print. I saw images of it printed, and it was resin printed. So I figured, why not go ahead and resin print it? And yeah, I wanted to play with it and kind of see. So I need to let this cure some more on the bottom. It's tacky. I need to get that finished. But I want to print a bigger version of it that will just take longer to do. So there's that. Let's go ahead and move that for the moment. Also, there's another hot topic.
You're talking about that store at the mall that has all the angsty teenagers?
Well, there's that too, but no. What
Different
I'm talking about is this hot topic.
Oh, is it started?
Yeah, dude, it started like Tuesday.
Oh,
The 6th.
dude, how come I did not get an email about that?
They tagged us in it, dude, on Twitter. Did you not see that?
No, I didn't see it. I gotta.
Yep.
This is not cool.
So yes, they started the Kickstarter. They have met their goal, which is awesome. There's 26 days remaining for the Pico Hybrid. Now, if you wanted to get the early bird, you're plumb out of luck. You are not. No one.
Dang it!
Yeah, they're already gone
Dude,
for
I'm
the early
ticked right now.
bird. They only had for 50 backers on it, which kind of sucks for anyone that wanted that. The $119 one, well, is no longer available. The only one that is available right now is the $129 one to get one, which is a 14% saving. But it's still a pretty good deal, I think, for that hot end. And if you want to just, help back, there's 14.5, and you can just, pledge whatever and not get a reward if you want to. But if you do the $14, you get a bottle opener. What?
I'm a little annoyed right now, dude. I don't think.
Why?
I definitely did not get mentioned in this tweet.
Are you sure?
I'm looking through my notifications right now, and I don't think that I got it.
I know they tagged me yesterday in one saying, about it.
Right.
That's what I know, that I did get tagged yesterday, but I did know that it started the 6th. So,
Bro, this is not cool. I'm gonna get in touch with those guys. I'm gonna let them know what for right now. I'm a little ticked right now. I cannot believe that I missed that.
I know they talked about Tom Sandlatterer was talking with them on getting one. I saw in some of the comments. So yes, they have started their Kickstarter for the Pico Hybrid. I thought about trying to bring, one of them in for this week, but I didn't want to try to rush it and get them in. Yeah, it is tiny, Welbot, but yeah. So there is a PTFE line nozzle. So the hot end part itself here, the nozzle, you can actually swap it out. There's 2 different nozzles. There is one for all metal to make it so you can do ABS, in which will take at higher temperatures, and then there is their one for PLA. So
yeah, and the way that they have it designed is so that you can actually
finger tighten it.
It's cooled down, and you can just take it out with your fingers and put it in with your fingers without having to heat up the nozzle. It's pretty sweet, actually.
So yeah.
But it's got some super amazing temperature stabilization. I don't know how they do it, but it's amazing. Perfectly stable temperatures, but then once you get into the cool end of the nozzle, the temperature just drops dramatically. It's amazing.
Yeah, we did it they were on an episode a couple of weeks back. So that one is on my channel if you want to go and check that one out. It was a really cool conversation with them.
Dude, I'm so ticked that I missed that. I'm trying to decide if I should just back it at the $129, or if I should talk to them and see if I can talk them into letting me do the $99.
Yeah. So yeah, I didn't get into the $99 one because it was gone. So
Was it just gone super fast or what?
well, there was only 50 spots. So yeah, it went fast.
Dang.
So, but yeah, no, there's $129, which you're still saving money on it. But I think it's a really cool hot end, and I will be excited to back it and get it. I need to try to back it. So, but yeah, so here's the hot end. So you've got your brass hot end here. You got your brass nozzle with your PTFE tube, and then you've got your PTFE lined. So here's the A2 on the two different versions of it, and then it gives you which ones that work great for it. So whenever you want to do like nylon or PC or PEC, the all metal one. Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah, because it's super high temperature. So to be able to swap out with this all metal hot end part for the A2. But the link to the Kickstarter is in the description down below. It says check it out. So check it out. I got the guy's Patreon and the Thingiverse link to Totoro. There you go. So see, you can see them use their fingers just to take it out and put it in. And just do it finger tight. You don't need to tighten it. Super tight.
Yeah.
And their PTFE. So here's their PTFE. It's pretty cool PTFE. It's not the normal PTFE tubes. These things are thick. They are thick boys.
They're rigid.
And they will take, yeah, they will take that heat. So they do machine their PTFE tubes. So you're not going to get this PTFE tube that's just all floppy and everything that will squish down. It is a nice thick PTFE tube.
Dude, I'm so mad. I'm so mad that I missed that right now.
So yeah,
now I gotta go in and have that conversation with my wife. Hey, I want to spend $130. She's just gonna be like, no. Yeah.
19.3 grams for the hot end. That is how light the hot end is. And you know, Prusa, Creality, Anycubic, Lowesbot, ANET, Ultimaker, CMU-CNC.
And they mentioned on our stream a few weeks ago that they were going to be releasing like some files so that you'd be able to print. Let's see if I can remember.
So you can custom, so yeah, you can custom design stuff for your own printer.
So you'd be able to create your own mounting bracket to be able to put it on whatever printer you want. But they said that they were going to release specifically some designs for common printers, like for example the Ender 3. They said that they were going to release some designs for the Ender 3 so that you'd be able to print your own that they've already designed for you. So that's pretty sweet. If you're like me,
well, see, so here's the major. So here is the compatible with these major brands. So but yeah, you can have this sucker go really high. So this right here is the cooling. So this cools it super fantastic. It's just a really great cooling for it. And then this is your part cooling fan. But I mean, it is so small and lightweight. So that's
Oh, but
the
well,
manufacturing process.
when you consider the price of a lot of different hot ends that are out there right now, like what's the Mosquito going for?
More than that.
The Mosquito hot end is, I mean, it's like the same price, $150.
So here you go. Here's these that are available shortly after the backer delivery. Are these attachment pieces that you can get to put onto it for different things, like the A-net. You just thread it in for your A-net like that.
What? Who's got an A-net printer? Nobody in their right mind would buy one of those.
So then there's the add-ons.
You know, $20 for an all-metal nozzle, that's really not bad.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah.
And 12 for the brass for it, so that's not too bad.
Well, because a micro Swiss is going to run you more than that, right?
At least 30.
Yeah.
And that's for a knockoff at least. And then you get your silicone socks.
Yeah,
And
micro Swiss hardened nozzle. This one's $20. Unless you got the knockoff or whatever. But see, like the direct drive extruder for micro Swiss is like $60. That's just a mounting bracket.
yep. Yeah, it is expensive. But there we go. The Kickstarter has launched this week, guys, so now it can be backed. So that's super exciting that it is going. So I am truly excited to be able to see it launch finally.
Mm-hmm.
I wish that there was more to back on the early bird special, but I understand that they only set it at 50. So
Yeah.
all right, Josh, you have yourself a good one. Catch you on the flippity flip, man. You get some much needed rest and get stuff done you need done tomorrow.
Yeah. Good night, Josh. Thanks for joining us for while you could, man.
Yeah, it can definitely be a bit rich for people. A bit pricey. So completely understand that. So the ag teacher at the school, his son just got himself a 3D printer. He was given to him, so he got it for free, which is pretty cool to get. He got an A-net for free, and so I was talking to him on it, and he was asking recommendations on filament. So I told him Ziltac, Hatchbox, Overture. Those are some good ones you can do to get you some filament and get started. And I had an extra Ultra Base that I had won one, but I had purchased one, so it's just been sitting there for years. And so I said, you know what, here, just do this and give it to them. They wouldn't take it for free, so I got $20 for an Ultra Base.
Nice, man.
So considering it's like $30 on Amazon, so but I like helping people out and trying to get people into 3D printing. He did his first 3D print today, and it was just a little bottle opener. So
I need to get into. I need to get a removable build plate for my Ender 3.
Yeah. They are handy to have, that's for sure.
Eddie says it's
All
back
right.
on. He's watching the Lakers game.
All right. So, are you ready for your thing you wanted to do?
Oh, Aaron. Right now, it's 105-106. Lakers are up 1 point, man. That's a close game, man.
Yeah. So, are you ready?
Yeah, I put mine on Twitter. Do you want to put it up on Twitter? Or
Oh, no, I thought we were doing it on the show.
I put it up on Twitter right before the show started because I didn't want to have to connect my phone. I made it on an app on my phone. So,
Yeah. I've had a busy week, so I did not make it. I found some stuff. I had an idea for one, but I don't have time. I've been busy.
mine's pretty good. You need to pull it up on Twitter. It's pretty good.
I will find you on Twitter.
Dude, episode 50, huh?
Yeah.
Can you believe we've had that many episodes? We need to figure out what are we gonna do when we get to big 100, you know?
Well, we can worry about that until next year.
There you go.
That I say that is a good one, Chris. All right, so here we go.
It's pretty good, right?
That's pretty good.
Mm.
All right,
Yeah,
you ready to
dude.
see mine?
I'm ready to see the ones that you stole from other people. Yes.
I just didn't have time. Great, the
Great.
3D printer is,
working.
and it's broken again.
That
And then-
is my my Robos. Yeah.
And then another example why you need to keep an eye on your 3D printer's print jobs. Sometimes that filament goes nuts.
Mhm. All right. Solid meme. I think the other one's probably. I think the other one's a little better. I like the other one a little better.
So
We're gonna have to have chat vote, I guess, to see who wins. What we need to do is we need everybody who's in chat right now. This week, you need to find or make a 3D printing meme, and you need to post it to Twitter using the hashtag #A_C show. I gotta open up chat here. Hold up. Where's chat?
Yeah, removable build plates are nice. I think that they are truly very handy to have.
All right. So I put in the chat. That's the hashtag you need to use. This week, sometime on Twitter, this week, you guys need to post your memes and use the hashtag #A_C show. And then we can have you guys participating in our meme contest here. So you guys post your memes, and we'll see if you guys do any better than we did. I think my meme's pretty solid. So the idea that you guys are gonna beat me, I mean, it's pretty highly unlikely. But you know, it's worth a shot.
So, but yeah.
Come on, Welbot. You can do it, man.
That he can. I think Welbot would definitely come up with a fairly decent.
Where's Brian?
Brian's being Brian, being MIA, probably working out, you know.
Working out.
But that is what Brian does. Tries to keep himself in top physical condition.
I'm going to take another drink of my milkshake.
Well, I know what your wife did to get you to come to the yard.
Yeah. Well, actually, all right. That was slightly dishonest. Not a milkshake. It's a fruit smoothie.
Still.
It's got a higher glycemic index, man. It matters when you're diabetic.
Oh, I bet. So, we can't make any promises. Well, that's all right, Welbot. Don't need any promises. Because I can't promise you I'm going to be here next week for the show.
Well, I can't promise you I'll be here next week for the show either. I mean, I
Well,
probably will be, but
well, it's on your channel, so. And I will be fishing. I will be fishing next weekend. I will be gone. So that is the.
I'm gonna have to. What's saying is I'm gonna have to come up with a special guest to fill in for you.
You've got
I
got 1 week.
Good looking. Maybe I'll contact Joel Telling and get him to just hop on. Okay, Joel.
I mean, if you can, awesome. But 8 o'clock your time is family time for him. So that's not going to happen.
8 o'clock his time too.
Yeah, that's family time for him.
It's family time. It's family time for me too. But
so, yeah. But it will be here in a couple weeks or so. 9 o'clock your time.
That'll be a little bit easier on me. I tell you.
Yep, and maybe we can get Joel Tilling to come to the show. All right. So I have talked with Geeky Faye, and we're gonna do a cup of tea on a Saturday morning. And I say cup of tea, and she doesn't like English tea, which I guess I can understand.
Tell her she's welcome to have a nice chamomile, herbal tea.
But she's like, I like coffee better. It's like, well, I just figured naming it, Saturday morning cup of tea would be a little bit, of a nice thing to name it since you're in the UK. So we will be doing that sometime soon with Geeky Faye on a Saturday. So we will, instead of having our show on a Friday night, we will have it on a special Saturday morning, late morning. So
yeah, we can do that. Let's make sure we make it as generalized and stereotypical as possible. So we'll call it cup of tea, and we'll even spell it C-U-P-P-A, cup of tea. And we'll talk like this, Governor.
So yes, we will be doing that on a Saturday, and she is 6 hours ahead of me. So by now it's 10, almost 11 o'clock my time. So it's between, about 4 o'clock her time now, getting close to that, 5. So it's getting close to being 4. Yeah. No. Yeah. Getting close to being 5. She's 6 hours ahead.
Welbot.
No, she's not British. She's American, Jewish American.
Yes, let's add more stereotypes.
No, actually, that's something I found out that she had talked about on one of her video things, that she's Jewish. I was like, oh, well, I didn't know that. So, but yeah, it's just kind of an interesting fact that she had tossed out there on one of her videos. So
now when we greet her, we need to make sure we greet her in Yiddish with a British accent.
I'll let you work on
Shalom,
the Yiddish.
Governor.
I'll let you work on that Yiddish.
Hey, you know what? I speak 3 languages. I feel like I could figure it out. I mean, maybe not all of it, but I could speak enough to say hi, I bet, if I practiced.
I can see that. Well, I speak one for sure, and a little bit of another. Not much.
What's your little bit of another?
Dutch.
Nice.
So, a little bit. A couple phrases.
How do you say Dutch in Dutch?
Deutsch.
Deutsch is German.
Dutch and German's fairly close to each other. So I'm pretty sure it's close to Deutsch. I can't quite remember on how it's pronounced, but it's not one of the things that I learned to truly say. So I know how to say, you know, hello, bye, how are you doing? So, hoe gaat het hier? How are you doing? Hoi is hi. Tot ziens is goodbye. I've not practiced in a while. I used to be able to count up to like 20. 0, 1, 2, 3, 9, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 21, 23, 27.
Is Pokon Nerdspace? Is he Dutch?
Yes, yes, he is.
I guess I just never paid attention to that before.
Yeah, he was in a stream. It was a 1440 Maker stream that I was in, and I tried to get his attention and speak some Dutch to him. He didn't hear me, so I couldn't.
And you know who you need to reach out to be on our stream sometime? Is Tom Stanton.
There's so many Toms. I'm trying to think. Tom Stanton from.
His YouTube channel is called Tom Stanton.
I'll have to look up.
He does all these really cool. He does all these really cool like science, like things. Like he makes cars out of like vacuums and pressurized air powered pistons to run like airplanes and stuff. 2 weeks ago, he posted a video on a trebuchet. So he made a trebuchet that instead of using a weight as its counterbalance, it's got like a flywheel, so he could actually spin it up as fast as he wanted to spin it, and then he pulls a lever, and that's what releases the trebuchet. But it still is a trebuchet. It's pretty sweet, actually. He launched a tennis ball at over 180 miles an hour in a trebuchet.
Nice.
So
yeah,
it's pretty
definitely.
sweet. But the reason why I say that is because he does all these really cool science things, but he makes all his prototypes out of a 3D printer. And so all of his prototypes are 3D printed. It's pretty sweet, actually. You'll have to check it out. I'll send you a link to his channel.
Awesome. I'll definitely check that out. So got any fun projects coming up on your end, Chris?
Well, I mean, I got some news.
Oh yeah.
I got some news. Yeah, so my robotics team that was practicing and practicing, and I showed off some 3D prints that we did for my team and stuff like that a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
We finished our competition and we submitted everything, and we were just waiting for judging, and we got an email yesterday that they had finished all of the judging, and my robotics team took 3rd place in the state of Arizona.
All right, there you go.
Yeah, so super awesome.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah, super sweet.
Yeah, so I've been working on this print, which is why I'm going to get my flexible to try and take and do it for it. I mixed a little bit of flexible with some of the black, and I mean it has some give to it, but it keeps snapping in the same spot over and over again. So that's my Achilles heel right now with this part.
Is the problem the print, or is the problem, like, is there some sort of weird thing that just went unnoticed in your file?
No, it is. It does it with every single one, and it does it with the resin, because resin can be brittle. So that's part of the problem, is it will break. But it
Yeah,
literally,
Welbot said he saw the trebuchet with the flywheel video.
so yeah, it literally keeps snapping in the same spot on every single one, and it's at an angle. Because I can take the original piece and do it, and it's got flex, but this bit of an angle right there is where it just snaps. So I'm going to try to get my actual flexible one going here in a bit, up and running, and print it, watch it, make sure it starts printing properly, and by printing properly, make sure it actually continues to do what it's supposed to, because now and again it gets stuck to the FEP, and then it gets that resistance. It doesn't want to come up, and then it kills it and it stops. It won't print. It's got a really kind of interesting safety. So I get to do that and try that and see how that works. And then once that's gone and done, I'll try and test it. And if that doesn't work, what I'm gonna probably try to do, there's this piece here that's got this extra on it. I don't actually need this threaded one. I only tossed it on there because that's how the part was. But this actually sets in, and it does not actually have any usage. So the only threaded one is this one. I may actually modify the part to where I can just print the threads on the resin and then attach it to an FDM piece of the base. So that's where I'm at on that. Because if that's what I need to do, that won't be hard, because the FDM will give me the rigidity I need, and then the threaded resin print will be perfect. Because then, I mean, that's not very big of a threaded piece. I mean, that I'll have to put onto it. So I mean, I would modify some stuff for the piece so it would work with it, but then I'd put that on there and then just put gloop it into place and see how that works, and then test that.
Can you gloop like PLA to like an SLA resin?
I've not tried that, which I want to try, because I do have some of these shards of SLA resin, because it's PLA.
Is it PLA?
Yeah. So this is PLA base, pretty much. It's there are some more expensive ones that are an ABS style of resin. They are a little more expensive. I will actually toss up. So this actually from Thomas and Ladderer, I came across these guys. So this is for a kilogram, $45. If I want to get 5 kilograms of it, it's $210. So this one's $50. And see, this is like you remember? Well, I don't know if you've watched some of the stuff I've done. Whenever TK's come on and talked with me about stuff, he had told me about some industrial resins, and this is some industrial resin stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So see ABS like right here.
Mm-hmm.
So here's another ABS like, and they're on sale right now. So this one's $30 for this one, but this one itself is $65 just for that liter. That kilogram.
Ooh. Sorry, I just noticed the score of the Lakers game.
Oh. But
it's 111-108 final. Nice. Lakers just lost. So Eddie's gonna be a little ticked right now. He's probably not even here. He probably turned it off and was like,
"Oh, well, he did say he would be back." He says, "Okay, it's back on BRB," and that was at 10:30.
He did say BRB. We'll see what happens, I guess.
Yeah, that was at 10:30. But yeah, so I may end up trying to do one of these guys. I may end up trying to do an ABS kind of resin. Try that out, because if I can have a nice, stable, sturdy print for it, that would be nice. So I need something that's going to hold up, because it's got to go up, and there's that flex it's got to have when it goes on, and it probably will work. But what I'm going to do for my friend that works there, I'll have him actually test some of the pieces out. I'll give him one of these flexible resin ones, and then just these regular ones like this, and see how those do on putting them into place. And if he goes and inserts them, if that will work perfectly fine.
Fun to do. Shopping is fun to do. Fun to do.
Now, Welbot, is that resin, if you print I don't know, that's got to be about what, 1 millimeter, 2 millimeters thick at that. Is it brittle? So the thing I'm having problem is it being brittle. I want that's not going to be brittle. That's my problem, because this little piece I can flex. You know, this is more likely an ABS plastic. I need resin that's not going to snap and be so brittle. Like this guy right here is printed with a little bit of flexible in him, but while I was trying to pull off some of the supports, I had it snap in a spot. So I mean, so he's got some flex to him in spots, but it did break. So that's my issue I'm having. That's what I want to get. I want some resin that's gonna flex for me.
How much? What's the quantity? So that's a kilogram that you have, right?
Of that flexible one. That flexible one is 500 grams.
500. What's the volume? Does it say the volume or just the weight?
It just says grams. It's net 500 grams. So I know it's half a kilogram. That's about it.
Because I'm looking at what Welbot had recommended, and they sell it in liters.
Yes. So yeah. So.
So what he's looking at is sold in liters. I'm just trying to figure out how expensive it is, because the Fun to Do Industrial Blend Red for 1,000 milliliters, or which is a liter, $76. But I don't know how that compares to what you have as far as like the volume, because
All right. You said how many milliliters?
how many milliliters now?
You said it's how many, Chris?
It's 1,000. Or 1 liter, 1,000 milliliters.
So that's 1,000 grams.
Well, that's 1,000 grams of water, but it really the weight of your resin is going to differ depending on its density.
Yeah.
That's why I'm trying to figure it out.
Okay. So let's see. So it looks like it's 1 kilogram. I think.
Welbot's saying it's basically 1 liter for 1 kilogram.
Okay.
But he's saying it's really good and it doesn't stink.
I may have to try that. Because yeah, not stinking is a bonus, because this stuff stinks.
Yeah.
Now the problem I have is I need it to be able to be cured with the 405 nms on the wavelength for the UV.
Let's see here. Fun to Do Industrial Blend Unpigmented. Says it cures at known wavelengths of 350 to 405 nanometers.
Okay. So then then that would work.
And it's got a shore hardness of 75.
Okay. So that's not too bad. So
And it's $76.
yeah, I mean, $76 is $76, but if it will work for what I'm trying to do and not be so darn brittle, because I mean, I can flex this when I get it printed. I can flex it just a little bit, and it snaps. That's after it being cured. That's after it being cured. If before it's cured, so like this piece right here, this piece has not been cured. This has been cleaned with rubbing alcohol, but it's not cured, and it's got flex. This has got some flexible in it, but with regular as well. But if I go too much with it, it will snap. Which I was like, okay, well maybe that's.
You're using PLA though, right?
What?
You're using PLA though, right?
Yeah, I'm assuming it's PLA based pretty much, because it's just the regular resin. So because they don't really call it ABS, because their ABS, it says ABS like. So, but that's my issue I'm running into right now with that, which is holding me up on giving them an estimate on pricing for each part. So, but if I do that one, that might help out. Welbot, if I sent you that file, would you print it and try and break it for me and see how it flexes? Because that'd be interesting to see how that holds up on your resin.
Said his printer's not working. He can't operate his printer right now.
Oh, well, that stinks, man. Well, darn. I hate that it's not working for you. So, but yeah, I will see how this flexible does for me, and if it does what it's supposed to and does not snap. I know it's a semi-flex. And the issue that I worry about with it is my threaded part on if that's going to have any flex to it. But if it doesn't, I can do this one and get away with it. Yeah, I can understand that. So, but yeah. So that's what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to try to get that going here just a little bit and see how that works for me. But thank you, everybody, for joining us for this week's episode of the AC Show, the coolest show on YouTube. Welbot, I greatly appreciate you sticking by because you're the only one in chat. You're the only one watching still. So, long distance high five, Welbot. Acha. So, but yeah, I will definitely check out that resin as well. And then I will, because if this doesn't work, and if this works, and then, hey, look who's late to the show.
Brian. Brian, I don't think I tagged you in my meme.
Probably
I
not.
need to remedy that. I think I missed Brian in my meme.
Did you meme too?
Ouch. Ouch. That hurt. That hurt. There it is. Start over. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Brian. So Brian, we had our meme contest. We had our meme contest, and I was really hoping that you were going to post a meme for us. So we're doing a meme contest, and I want everybody to post a meme to Twitter and use the hashtag #A_C show, and we'll go over them next week on my channel. I'll try to remember to tag a bunch of people.
That definitely works.
No, I wanted to tag him in my meme so that he could see it, because I'm more proud of it than I should be. I'm just overly proud of my genius. I want to feel smart.
So, but yeah, thank you, Welbot, for sticking with, and Brian for finally showing up. Late to the party. Since you showed up late, Brian, you get to clean up after everybody.
Yep. You're on dish duty.
Yep.
Take the trash out for me.
So
I got the dish soap right here for you.
there you go.
Yeah.
Just dumps it all.
There you go.
But thank you for joining, even though it was late, Brian. Yep.
Yep, that's the hashtag.
So, but yeah, I greatly appreciate you guys for joining, and we will catch you next time. Chris will be hosting it, and I will be gone fishing. So, you guys will see me in 2 weeks. So, until then, everybody, take care, happy making, and don't forget to spade and neuter your little man.
I'm Chris Carroll, and I did not approve that message.
Yeah, so everyone take care.
But I also need them to be sanded and refinished first, though. So.
What's that?
Brian's asking if I need the floors mopped too, and I said I do, but I also need them to be sanded and refinished first. So you just go ahead and take care of that.
So, all right, guys, we will catch you later on the flippity flip. So take care, everybody. Bye.